Naughty, naughty, very naughty. Silent Night, Deadly Night came out in 1984, making just $2.5 million in just under a week, before it was ditched by the movie viewing public because of a murderous Santa. Even if Santa Claus was just a man in a costume, and not some fictitious legends. Wait, did I just say that Santa isn't real?
Punish!
You're a fucking monster. You deserve to be shot.
Although, reading between the lines, it feels like there was some religious/conservative parents which led the witch hunt, ousting it from cinemas. Which I think is pretty funny, because if anything this film is anti-Christian, because our main antagonist is Mother Superior, a one-note disciplinarian nun who runs the orphanage. What's her two main mantras? Naughty! And punish!
If you're going home with a girl and that's her two fucking mantras, you know you're gonna have a good night to yourself.
Is she the woman you want looking after your kids? Well, I guess they don't have a choice to send them there, do they?
They're not getting a laugh.
Morally, you don't deserve a laugh. Just shy of 40 years on, and it's a cult classic. With some delicious practical effects and some iconic kills, it's a great Christmas slasher that takes a slightly more nuanced take to the genre, by adding a psychological twist. Our main protagonist, Billy, has had a rough life. At the age of 5, he is traumatized by his grandpa, who gives one of the creepiest bits of dialogue in the movie. Have you been a good boy this year? It's fucking terrifying.
It's the little smiley hat. Like it's the face acting by the grandpa is fucking 10 out of 10.
Billy's granddad delivers this harrowing speech about how Santa only gives gifts to those who have been good all year, and he punishes those who have been naughty. I'm sensing a bit of a theme here. His newly gained fear for Santa Claus is made 100 times worse though when his parents are murdered by a criminal dressed as a Christmas icon. His father gets shot in the head, and his mother gets sexually assaulted and her top gets ripped open before her throat is slit. Billy is then sent to an orphanage with a Mother Superior who forces him to tackle his trauma in the least sensitive ways possible. I don't know, forcing the kids whose parents were murdered by a man dressed up as Santa to sit on the lap of a man dressed up as Santa. It doesn't reinvent the slasher genre, or strive to be timeless, but it is Billy's movie. His rampage is what drives the movie forward and keeps the viewer invested. The success of this movie led to the creation of 5 other films in the franchise, lending itself to a campy, yet classic run of direct-to-video releases after the unrelenting failure of Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2. A movie that struggled with budget and got told to do the best you can and just re-edit the first and sell it to make cash. Combining this with one of the most overacted performances by Eric Freeman, the second film, despite struggling at the box office, has remained a campy and memeable gem to this day. Even if they had produced a genuinely fantastic movie with a tremendous storyline, it would be difficult to upstage the series' most memorable moment.
Garbage day! Huh? No!
Good day! We are easily entertained. I'm your host Ash, and I'm joined by Slater.
Hello!
And today, we're going to be reviewing the 1984 slasher classic, Silent Night, Deadly Night. But before we start this, make sure to go and watch the movie night we did for this film. It's a cut down version of us watching the movie together, where we just chat shit and make jokes back and forth.
To meet you, Billy. I have an erection right now. Also, I know what Santa looks like. My dad got really drunk one night and fell down a ladder.
The fucking spunk jump scare. Oh my god, what a fucking ugly baby. Jesus Christ. What? What? I sniffed my dog's balls. What? What? Hey, hello. It's a lot of fun.
Garbage day.
Garbage day! Garbage day! Garbage day!
Kick off the movie as Billy and his family are going to visit their catatonic grandpa in a mental hospital. Altogether, you have Billy, his little brother Ricky, and his parents Ellie and Jeff Chapman. They look the prototypical American family and are probably going to all go home and spend Christmas Day together, wearing matching jumpers and giving out their leftovers to the homeless. Who does that for?
They
do
do.
That?
Probably the people who got this film banned.
Because I can't think of a more appealing thing than The Day After Curry. Pulling up to the Utah Mental Hospital, They're prepped about seeing their granddad, who seemingly hasn't spoken a word to them for a long time and just sits there, staring until it's just Billy left all alone with him. Grandpa Chapman reanimates and proceeds to traumatize the fuck out of his grandson.
I made the joke in the movie night, but I would love to see a movie where we just see what the fuck ruined Grandpa Chapman so much.
Do you reckon he was a Santa and got accused of being...
I mean, it would be a fairly dandy Santa.
Yeah, like he's got the beard for it.
Yeah.
The thing is, though, see, taking into consideration what happens next.
Hmm.
All things considered, pretty good advice.
Exactly. Like, it's so fucked up. Oh, let's go see Granddad before Christmas, you know. We gotta do it. You know, his family. Oh, and we come back and Billy is fucking terrified. What the fuck have you done?
Did you ever watch Red and Stimpy when you were younger?
Yeah, a little bit.
You know, like when there's one episode where I think Stimpy's getting really annoyed at Ryan because he keeps doing dumb shit.
Yeah.
Like his face starts to crunch up out of anger. The fucking granddad does that, like with fear.
No, that's so true. He just gets so overwhelmed.
It gets darker now, Phil. And they're flagged down by a man dressed in a Santa Claus costume who just killed a cashier for $20. Pretty reasonable, I'd say.
25 years with $20? Solid.
Less than $1 a year.
That guy's safe. Because who the fuck's gonna know this guy's... He's wearing a Santa Claus outfit. Just take the outfit off. You're fine.
He's gone. Where'd he go? Papa Chapman tries to drive off, but this Santa aims and fires a beautiful shot into Billy's dad's head. Billy follows his grandpa's advice and runs for his fucking life.
Run, Billy, run! Also, yeah, what a shot. He stands like in front of the car, lines that bitch up.
Takes two shots, and at least one of them is a perfect headshot.
Oh.
It's really fucked, though, because, like, Dad died. Like, he runs to the bushes, and he's just watching. And, like, you can hear the baby just crying like fuck.
It's looked in the mirror.
You just watch the dad's body falls out the car, limp dead. The mother just gets assaulted. I can understand why Christians were up in arms from the start alone. Back in the 80s.
I remember I was taking the piss out of initially when I was writing this, because I'm like, why would you get this banned? And then went, wait, hold on. Imagine being a bright-eyed, naive kid, and your your granny accidentally takes you to Caesar's Island Night, Deadly Night, and in the first 20 seconds you see Santa Claus murder 2 people, and you're like, or 3 people, and you're like, fuck.
But yeah, now Billy and Ricky are both orphans.
They're just stranded there as well. I started thinking about it, and I did question, how the fuck did they get away? I'm just wondering, because it seemed like he was trying to hijack the car. So did he just fucking dump the baby out? Get out of here!
See, I wondered that while we were watching it. I was like, what has he actually achieved here?
Naughty! That's what he's achieved.
Punish!
3 years pass, and we're now at St. Mary's Home for Orphan Children, where Billy, Ricky, and Billy's mullet have been living since we last seen them. It's been a hard few years, and Billy has shown promise. Mullet boy Billy, though, finds his behaviour worsening at Christmas time, which gets him a lot of aggro from Mother Superior and the other nuns. He's often sent to his room and dismissed by Mother Superior. Some people would pay for that.
I would.
Sneaking out of his room, however, he comes across to the naughty people, who are romping. But you're not supposed to be romping.
You're a woman of Christ, goddamn you.
This triggers Billy's first titty flashback, and he's thrown away from the peephole by Mother Superior, who grabs the man's belt and rains down hell.
She beat the fuck out of those people with that belt as well.
You must be punished. Fucking hell, Mother.
Well, Mother Superior. just fucking laying shit in with the belt.
You reckon?
Oh, no.
No, I was just laughing at this, at the idea of someone releasing Nuns Gone Wild back in the day when those were a thing.
I'm sure there was.
And then it just turns out the whole time that Mother Superior is just watching, and you just see her, like, break into the house, like,
I'm sure
punish!
Called Amish Gone Wild.
Billy is belted, sent to his room, and spends the night having flashbacks and nightmares about that Christmas Eve. Mother Superior sympathetically ties him to the bed. The next approach to address Billy's trauma is to bring in a man dressed as Santa Claus and make Billy sit on his lap. Once again, forcing the kid whose parents were murdered by a man dressed up as Santa to sit on the lap of a man dressed up as Santa. Billy then proceeds to hit a fucking haymaker on this Santa, breaking his nose and running away.
What punch? Oh.
Yeah, one hell of a.
I'm surprised he didn't have a career in boxing.
We also meet Sister Margaret, who is a little bit more sympathetic compared to Mother Superior. She actively tries to help the children. So I guess a bit more of like the good to Mother Superior's bad. And, you know, she does have the children's best interest at heart. Does take a time, though.
10 years pass. Now 18-year-old Billy gets a job at a toy store thanks to Sister Margaret, where he gets along fairly well considering his traumatic upbringing. Also, the casting between adult Billy and Billy's dad is fucking incredible. They're the same person.
It's
just removed 20 years.
I genuinely just looked. I was looking as if the dad had, like, if he had played the dad. But no, it's two separate people.
Is it his dad in real life, though?
No.
Yeah. No connection whatsoever.
No, not at all.
But then the problem is, then there's 8-year-old Billy, who looks nothing like any of them. An 80s montage shows us that Billy is genuinely working hard, and that he has developed a crush on co-worker Pamela. He's a late bloomer and starts thinking naughty thoughts about her, but his fantasies get ruined by another titty flashback.
No! The one thing I compare it to, do you know the scene in American Pie? In the first one, it's where you have Jim, the foreign exchange student Nadia, comes over. They go to study, but he set up the little webcam, and they accidentally sends it out to like across the entire state.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
And so she changes in his room. He runs over to his mate's house like, "Oh fuck, get over there, Jim!" And then it starts to happen. They start. I think Nadia like puts his finger inside her, and then just immediately spaffs everywhere, just fucking gone. And then
that's the best of us.
And then it happens about 2 minutes later, and that's how these fucking titty flashbacks feel.
It's just tits out, and she's getting murdered. Slightly off-putted each time you get a titty flash. It's like, oh fuck's sake, here we go again.
God damn it! Seeing how these go, I can understand why Billy is so fucking just ruined by it.
If you had flashbacks at your fucking family dying constantly, I think I would have a fucking problem with it too.
Yeah, exactly.
Things are going well until Christmas season hits. Billy's made uncomfortable over the season, and it starts to set off the trauma again. The store Santa Claus broke his leg ice skating, so they need a new fake Santa. Who's it gonna be? There's only one guy for the job, isn't it? The guy whose parents were murdered by Santa that nobody knows fuck all about for some reason. Surely it should be the first thing that's mentioned all the time when you get a job. Especially in a toy store where Santa's prone to be. Sister Margaret helped him get this job. Surely say to Mr. Sims, be like, here, let's have a quick chat with someone. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, this guy's parents were fucking murdered by Santa brutally and has left him a bit traumatized. So, see around the Christmas season, go a bit easy on him. He'd be like, Mr. Sims seems like a nice guy. And he's like, oh, yeah, no problem. Don't worry about it.
I'm just laughing at the fact that she just didn't. All of this could have been avoided had fucking Sister Margaret just went, hey, Mr. Sims.
Well, it wouldn't avoid it easier. Because they wouldn't have gone and been like, here, mess up in the head, cunt. Go play Santa. It's like making Donnie Darko play the Easter Bunny.
Yeah.
It's not gonna end well.
Well, this movie was supposed to be a psychological horror, not psychological torture porn.
He struggles to make it through the season, but they are now celebrating the Christmas season being over with a little party. Billy is pressured into drinking, and the party starts, but Billy isn't in the party mood. He's still dressed in the Santa suit, and can't get the traumatic memories of his parents' death out of his head.
Now it's time for Billy's top 5 trauma moments.
Number 5.
Billy's terrifying conversation with his grandpa. Imagine going to see your granddad who proceeds to he hasn't spoken for years, but just proceeds to give this creepy ass monologue, essentially saying, yo, Santa's gonna mess your shit up.
Do you reckon he does that every Christmas?
he just does it to all the grandkids.
Number 4.
Being sent to his room after drawing a crude Santa Claus drawing involving a lot of knives. Is it a good idea to say, hey Billy, are you doing okay? Are you struggling this season? Nah, get sent to your fucking room, you dick.
Like, think about it, if it was like Ricky was a Wayne. Like, he was a baby, so he was too young
Yeah.
to remember fuck all that happened. Billy's 5. He remembers every second of it to the
Billy
to the
relives it
millisecond, you know?
every fucking day.
Yeah, exactly. Like, imagine trying to celebrate Easter and you're still thinking about Christmas. Fuck, it must be shite. Number 3.
Belted after witnessing 2 people shagging, which prompted his titty flashbacks. Alright, it's not Billy's fault that 2 nuns are going wild. Wait, actually, no, wait. Are there male nuns? Where's this random bloke come from?
Yeah,
You just picked him up off the street?
There's definitely not male. The whole point of a nun is that it's a female.
But yeah, where the fuck's this dickhead come from? Billy, what's he doing? He's in his little fucking space boots, walking around. He's been allowed out for the first time, looks through a keyhole, sees 2 people shagging. Hardly his problem. But it is, according to Mother Superior, who's like, Billy, what they were doing was very naughty. And then she fucking belts him. I feel like she's just very belt happy.
To be fair, he did spend a good while looking at them.
he was there for a bit longer than you're supposed to be. But you know, some people make the same mistake.
He got a good eye, fucking. He got a good keyhole full, you know.
Make the mistake when you look at someone across the room too much. Doesn't mean you get belted for it.
Number 2.
Forcing Billy to sit on the lap of a man dressed up as Santa, whilst continually struggling with a trauma after his parents got killed by a man dressed up as Santa. Not the most subtle way to try have someone confront their fear.
That'd be like me sticking me in a plane and like halfway up going, right, we're gonna jump out it.
It's like, motherfucker, he's just drawn a picture about Santa Santa stabbing people. Why do you reckon he's gonna sit on the geezer's lap?
It's like trying to make me sit on my granddad's lap. What happened? I mean, because he's 86 and his dodgy knees. Number 1.
Forcing Billy to play Santa Claus. You want to know what's not a good idea? To force the kids who... No, not sure if we mentioned it too much. But his parents did get murdered by Santa Claus. Not too long ago.
Really? Did they actually?
Apparently it's quite a hidden fact according to the movie, because every single time he's confronted with a potential chance of like, when you walk up a road and you see someone on the other side or you see someone walking on the same street as you, that you just go, I'm avoiding this fucker, so you cross the other side of the road.
That's me with everybody.
Well, every single time you had a fucking nun right behind him, like, nope, you're going this way, bitch.
I would spark her out, same way he sparks at the Santa. It's like the theory that's going around in my head now is: does anyone know it was someone dressed as Santa that killed the parents? Because it doesn't feel like it.
yeah, it really feels like they missed the memo. Then again, I guess who was gonna tell them? Billy wasn't gonna tell them.
He wasn't. Would he grass on Santa? No, after that.
Billy's no grass. That's naughty.
Billy's no grass.
And that was Billy's top 5 trauma moments. Join us next time for Ricky's top 5 trauma moments.
He continues to drink, but every single thing starts to trigger his flashbacks. Ornaments, which would appear Christmassy and loving, turn out to be creepy and taunting. Mr. Sims and Miss Randall are singing the song that Billy heard before his parents got murdered. So he heads to the back and witnesses Andy assault Pamela, in a way that directly lines up with how his mother was attacked.
I didn't actually realise that it is shot for shot.
Yeah, I didn't realise that either. It's...
Naughty!
Billy wraps Christmas lights around Andy's neck and hangs him with this brightly coloured Christmas-themed noose. I think it would really bring... See Haggins back in the day?
Yeah.
Do you reckon more people would have gone if it was a Christmas tree lighting at the same time?
Well, it would make it a bit more charming. Ah, look at them. They're just hanging out.
It would really change firework night too, wouldn't it?
Send them up on a rocket as well.
Mummy, I caught an eye! Pamela calls Billy crazy and that he's a bastard. But Billy says he had to stop it.
Naughty.
Pamela hits Billy and he tells her punishment is good. And he slices her stomach open with a box cutter.
My favourite thing about this bit is he gets into saying punishment is good because he's like, punishment is good. He just fucking drives it in.
Sounds like an old style fucking Undertaker promo. Mr. Sims goes to investigate the back room as everyone has vanished.
Naughty!
As his observation ends with a hammer going through his head and blood up the wall.
Cheeky hatchet special there.
There's no arms in the lake. Not interested. Through the rest of this scene, Billy is going around dressed as Santa, and you know, like Michael has his signature like theme that plays whenever he appears.
Yeah.
You hear bells.
Yeah, they do turn
bells.
it into his noise next to the cat falling on the piano. But yeah, the point is, it is funny because Mr. Sims walking in just drunk as fuck, and he's like, "What's the fucking bells going on in here?" And just gets a fucking hammer to their head. Naughty!
Miss Randall tries to flee, but is shot in the chest with an arrow. In the scuffle, Billy picks up a signature double-bladed axe.
Such a cool axe.
Great choice for a weapon.
I'm trying to figure out why they had this in the fucking toy store. It's supposed to be a fire axe, but motherfucker, fire axe is like half the size.
I understand it's like a toy prop, but no one that's fucking been pre-sharpened.
Yeah, it's fucking it's battle ready.
Yeah, it's like it's that. If some kid tries to steal a GI Joe, Mr. Sims whips out the double-bladed axe and fucks them up. Fucking shoplifters will be bludgeoned.
And he doesn't even like walk up to him and smack it. He just throws it over his head.
Billy is long gone before Sister Margaret arrives. For context, she called the store earlier at some point and learned that Billy was made to play the store Santa. She expected that something would have gone wrong, but she came too late. It's something she seems to do very well in this film, is always be a 5 minutes or so too late.
He is just like 3 steps behind. Because she walks in, she's like, "Billy," just looks around and everybody's fucking dead.
like fucking Miss Randall fucking dies right at the front door, and she somehow managed to miss it when she walked into the door. I don't know if it's just you, but see if I opened the door, I reckon that this body on the floor would be the first thing you'd notice out of it, even in a toy store.
To be fair, if I saw that it looked locked, I'd just be like, well, none of my business.
Then my second plan then would be to steal all the Lego sets.
The rampage continues as Billy breaks into a gorgeous house where a young couple are shagging. They're about to fuck on a snooker table.
Who's shagging on a table that has balls on it? Well, other than the two that's meant to be there.
You know how
what I mean?
you know when some people like shag in a car? Like one of my mates just told a horror story how they accidentally rode a fucking a gear stick. I was moving over, just get me out.
How many points do you reckon they'd get? The thing that annoyed me most about this scene, and I remember getting annoyed about it while we were watching it.
Yeah.
There's there's the white ball, and then there's a stripe and a solid. So nobody's won this game.
You haven't earned the right to shag. Nobody won. You don't get to shag for a tiebreaker. Get playing again.
At least finish the game of snooker.
They're interrupted by Cindy. A young child is trying to sleep upstairs. She wants to stay up because she wants to see Santa Claus. As a kid, I did my fair share of like trying to stay up to see Santa Claus, and honestly, it's like the most. I don't know about you, because I would usually be about with my sister and my brother. We'd all like stay in one room. Two of us would shittily sleep on the floor, and we'd all be like trying to hype each other up about seeing Santa. But it just turns into like, you just get so fucking exhausted that if you make it past 2, your brain just goes into mush.
I had Christmas ruined for me when I was younger. I learned quite quickly that my dad was Santa. My dad likes a rum and coke on a Christmas Eve, because who doesn't enjoy a wee drink on Christmas Eve? Especially when you've got kids. So my dad went up into the attic after probably 1 or 2 rum and cokes too many. He would get the presents down, because that's where he hid them from Santa's presents. It's just fucking fell down the ladder. So I was like, oh fuck, at like 8, 9 year olds, oh, Santa's here. So I popped my head out my door, and I heard my dad groaning on the floor as he lied there, just down the hallway towards my door. I was like, oh, it's just Dad. And then I closed the door again. Did he at least wear the Santa costume? No, did he not?
I think that imagery to me would be more fun.
Santa.
Oh, Santa, no! No, Santa! You walk over and you're like, oh, Dad.
No, he had his slippers on. Well, they were off actually. They thrown up in the air when he went down.
I suppose the other fun Christmas story I have, which isn't involving Santa, it's just involving having a drink. One year we got Monopoly Cheaters Edition, and I'll be honest, about half of us were absolutely shit faced.
Cheaters Edition? What's Monopoly's Cheaters?
Well, they just essentially give you prompts like, steal the player next to you's card, or don't pay the fine.
You just do it without people realizing.
Yeah, for the most part.
Okay.
So we were playing this, and my one brother was absolutely fucking gone. I'm sat here, my brother's sat on my left, and I'm just casually playing. I just roll my dice, and then I look over to my left, and I lock eyes with my brother, who is looking deep into my eyes, casually trying to steal one of my properties in the least subtle way possible. And I just went, "What the fuck do you think you're doing? That's mine, you little bastard." I just snapped it back. But I will never forget the fucking look in his eyes as he's trying to casually steal this property from me.
Jeff, it would be great if you had to, like, you see in this game of Monopoly, if you try to steal from the person across from the table from you.
Fucking flip the board over as you go, "Oh, sorry." Fucking
It's the most funniest time of the year, isn't it?
It's just everybody either gets fucking shit-faced or everybody's just completely delirious. It's like, I want it to be over, but may as well have some fun and have some drinks in the meantime. Denise tells Cindy that if she doesn't go to bed, Santa won't come. And the boyfriend goes, "He's not the only one." I didn't expect like a little quick one-liner to come out, to be honest.
Yeah, but you can expect anything from Paddy Pimblett.
This kid is both reasonable and absolutely adorable, so she goes, "Yeah, fair enough," and then she heads back to bed. The pair continue to foreplay till she hears some bells. Who's that gonna be? It's the cat. It's the cat, motherfuckers.
Let's go, is the best character in the film?
She goes to check if she's locked the front door.
Fucking get that door shut, you're fucking full blown. Christ almighty.
But it appears she's got a new doorbell. Punish! Launching his axe into the wall, but she dodges it. Naughty! As Denise is impaled on the deer antlers with a chorus of "Punish! Punish! Punish!"
It's a shame how much had to be cut.
Yeah, because we were watching the unrated version, where, you know, slowly you see some slightly grainier footage.
It goes from, like, you're watching this on Blu-ray to the tape's just loaded.
It on fucking video. And the practical effects, as we said, I mean, I'll see it a bit more in a second, but the deer antlers are fucking incredible.
Oh yeah, it's a great fucking scene.
And otherwise, there's so much cool stuff, and because it was done like early 80s, this shit ain't CGI.
Oh, it's all practical.
You just see the horns go fucking deeper and then through.
Weird shot too, like where you start with like the side camera, like showing it like through a light.
Yeah.
And then panning back over. So you can clearly see where they were like, we can't show that, but we can show it from side on.
Exactly.
They're surprisingly good. I don't like. There's two things that I don't remember about this film: how much tits were in it, and how good the practical effects were.
Naughty! The boyfriend gets launched through the window after a bit of a scuffle and ends up being cut open by glass. Nice! The little girl Cindy wakes up and talks to Billy. She says she knew he was going to come, but he's only going to give her a present if she's been good all year. Cindy says she has and gets a murder weapon as a present. The box cutter he used to gut Pamela. Do you reckon that he would have murdered her if she'd said naughty? Sorry, let me say that again. Naughty!
He doesn't want to hurt kids.
But I think you can also tell that he is very clearly out of his fucking mind, though.
Yeah, like, but what kid meets Santa and says they've been bad?
Yeah, that's true.
I was a piece of shit, but I was always said I was good.
That's just called being diplomatic.
What a way to dispose of the evidence.
Yeah, exactly.
It's got her fingerprints on it now.
Who did it? That little
It's her
shit
house.
over there.
The police have orders to bring in Santa as the news spreads. They see the big red fat jolly man entering a window and pounce. Gun akimbo, they corner the Santa Claus. But it's only a dad trying to give his daughter a Christmas surprise.
Is that
To be
another kid who's been traumatized?
Well, no, really. I don't think it's as bad.
I suppose it didn't escalate, but there's still two fucking policemen like,
like,
hands up, motherfucker!
If the cops kicked in the door and
Yeah.
gunned her dad to death, different story. Billy realizes the police are out and searching. So he takes a detour through the woods, where he encounters some overly excited sledgers.
They very have to be
Oh.
sledging. Don't know why.
God.
Why would you sledge on Christmas Eve though? That's a real question.
To be fair, why would you sledge at night?
Yeah.
The lightning's
I'm
probably
just imagining,
where they are.
Just imagine you sledging and you run into a fucking raccoon. Ah!
Yeah, but I'd be extremely happy because then I found not only am I sledging, I now have a baby.
It reminds
Forget how
me-
much I love raccoons.
Well, in my case, it'd be a badger. There was this one time we were at my uncle's place, or at the time he ran a farm through the woods, and we were walking back because parents were just down the road. It was like fairly night time, and
Aye.
he just kept on like talking about these badgers, and now they're usually found out in the dark, and they're pretty vicious and they could kill you. And so slowly, after about 10 minutes, we both, without fucking making eye contact, just started to sprint because we'd fucking terrified ourselves, thinking we were going to get fucking attacked by a badger.
So do you have a fear of badgers now? Then?
I don't.
Is that
I
your
don't.
trauma?
No. But Jesus Christ.
Bullies steal the sledges, but this requires
Punishment.
So one bully sends it down the lane, and the other screams and waits for his arrival.
Mate, these like 30-year-old men acting as teenagers are fucking hilarious.
Oh, it's great.
Like, ha!
It's great.
Whoa!
Whoa!
They're just so happy to have stolen these sledges.
Unironically, how funny it is. Just him going, whoa! Just goes down.
Naughty!
Billy proceeds to decapitate one of the bullies, whose body slowly slides down the slope, and the head follows soon after. And we get some of the more realistic, shocking acting in the film, as the blonde guy sells it perfectly. For a guy who was going, ha ha, whoa! He sailed, like the scream he lets out when fucking he sees the body come down. Yeah, like Scream Queen, season 6 winner right there.
It is genuine, like, shock and terror. Because how the fuck would anybody respond? You see your mate you've seen about 2 seconds ago. Now he doesn't have a head on his body. And you've seen both roll down, like, separately.
Do you know what I think the funniest part to me is?
Yeah.
The fact that the body just stays on the sled.
I also just like to imagine that Billy spent the last, like, 10 minutes just, like, lining up his shot.
Catching back up with Sister Margaret, who's been to the police station where she and the officer take up their own search for Billy. And the police officer does some very strange thing with dog's balls.
Why are you sniffing them?
His Mother Superior is treating the kids to the Christmas at the orphanage. The kids are let out to play in the snow. Santa Claus appears, but a cop in hot pursuit. The officer calls out to Santa and he doesn't respond, so he's shot dead on sight. Didn't you say the reason the Santa didn't reply is because he's deaf?
Yes.
Which is so sad.
It's so tragic, but it's also hilarious. Hey, put your hands down, man. I don't know what's going on. You learn later that, yes, Father O'Brien, he was a priest and is deaf.
Surely they would be like, right, somebody go find Father O'Brien and fucking stop this from happening. It's also great how he gets gunned down right in front of Ricky.
Yeah.
Who's now 8 or something like that? Oh no, he was
14.
He's a big boy now with big boy memories.
Yeah, he's remembering this.
Thank God they didn't get like a few Santas to come.
Be fucking far in line.
Just like this fucking SWAT team ready at the door. Right,
We can't risk it, boys. Fire!
It's like the Great War between the police of Utah and the Santas. After this distressing incident, the kids are brought back into the orphanage, whilst Mother Superior brings back the old days with the mighty wee mouth organ.
The harmonica. It's back.
The mouth organ.
What do you think she would play if she wasn't a nun? Or at least if she wasn't in front of all the kids, you know? Yeah, sure, she plays like
on the harmonica.
She plays like some Christian shit now.
Yeah.
When she's alone, like, is she banging out some Guns N' Roses on that bad boy?
Nah, she's playing Freebird by Leonard Skinner.
Like fucking feathering that bitch. I still laugh that she turns it into the, well, the devil went down to Georgia, stepped in to escape. It just goes through.
Just take a long breath after it. She's fucking that old.
My lungs weren't as good as they used to be.
The officer goes to search the premises for Billy and catches himself looking in a dingy furnace room. No dice until he gets an axe in the midsection and a
punish,
which sends him hurling down the stairs.
I would laugh if Billy just like shut the door on him as well. Like imagine the he's reeling from the axe hit in the midsection. He's bending over them. Billy just slams that fucking door in his face. Naughty.
Billy demolishes the snowman and enters the orphanage. He's about to axe Mother Superior till he's shot dead in the
Like it's
Can I have a
countdown.
naughty, please?
Can I get 3 naughties and 7 punishes? Naughty!
Billy demolishes the snowman out front and enters the orphanage. It's about to axe down Mother Superior till he's shot in the back by Captain Richards. What did that snowman fucking do?
I mean, to be fair, there was a snowman when Billy was, when he was young. But I don't think he ever got to, play with it because he was constantly getting sent inside. Mother Superior liked the snowman more than Billy.
The snowman's more over. Billy says, bleeding out, "You're safe now. Santa Claus is gone." I really dislike how Mother Superior throws him off like he's always been a dick.
Yeah, you're supposed to be a caregiver to this little kid, and he holds your arm out, try catch him. He's fallen, he's just been shot, and you're like, "Get the fuck off me, you little bitch!" It's like, what, Mother Superior.
Say it again. He did just try to take an axe to her.
That is true.
So,
but I don't like Mother
she's
Superior.
allowed to be a little bit annoyed. She's actually allowed to be a little bit like, "Fuck off."
Yeah, but he didn't actually kill her.
Yeah, but if he hadn't been shot, he would have. That's the difference between murder and attempted murder, kids.
Yeah, even if he had killed Mother Superior, I don't think the kids would have batted an eye. Oh,
No.
she's fucking dead!
Billy,
Woo!
Billy.
Woo!
They're back, the 30-year-old guys. They're happy.
And they brought the sleds.
Let's go, we're going sledding. 14-year-old Ricky sees all this go down in front of him. He glares at Mother Superior and utters,
Naughty!
a man slams on his piano and we cut to the credits.
Alright. And that was Silent Night, Deadly Night. The review that was originally just going to be Silent Night, Deadly Night 2, but in the process of thinking about it, I just kind of fell back in love with the first movie again, going, there's still a lot of really fun shit in this.
How do I describe it? It's one of those films you can understand why it's a cult classic nowadays. It's got good gore, the acting's pretty decent, I would say, from most of the actors.
There's no dramatically wooden performances.
Yeah, there's not like a Steven Seagal kind of character in here.
I think all of the performances that need to be super memorable are they fucking nail it perfectly.
Mother Superior is great, probably the most memorable one in my opinion, alongside Billy.
And also the most despised.
But then again, fucking Mr. Sims being pissed was also very funny to me because he plays being pissed really well.
I think also it's just the intrigue of it. If they wanted to make it a psychological horror, so they just traumatized the fuck out of Billy.
I don't think it's my favourite film we've reviewed, but it's definitely second.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Then again, we've reviewed 4 films.
Because I remember telling you afterwards, I was like, oh man, that was actually quite disappointing. But I think that was exclusively because I'd spent 2 hours just thinking about it and being like, this is fucking great. This is amazing. And it's not great, but it's still really fucking fun.
Yeah, but when it comes to the end of the day, what do you want out of a film? You want to enjoy yourself. I enjoyed watching it.
Yeah,
I think it's why I also enjoyed watching fucking toilet ass Zombie of the Dead. Yeah.
My next question: do people have slasher movies they watch every Christmas? Do you reckon?
That's a fair point. Yeah, no.
It's a really weird sell to go for this one, isn't it? You have Black Christmas and you have fucking Silent Night, Deadly Night. That's the de facto too. But who's watching that every year?
Well, Santa Slays, fucking Goldberg.
I definitely suggest to watch it if you haven't seen it before. It's a lot of fun. If you don't want to watch the whole thing, just watch our movie night on it. Because I feel like we do that film some fucking justice.
Oh, well, you want to see the best bits, then you don't have to watch the rest of the shit.
Exactly. I think the one main caveat I had is I would have liked to see Mother Superior die. How about Mother Superior dies and Sister Margaret takes over the orphanage? And therefore, we stop traumatizing children.
If it wasn't already banned fast enough, we're literally going to show an older woman being axed to death in front of about 40 children.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe don't kill her in front of all the children.
Maybe not that scene.
We've been easily entertained. I've been Ash.
And I've been Slater.
And make sure to watch all of the other content coming out this Christmas season. Working hard, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And I think we picked a lot of fun topics to divulge into this time, and just some fun videos.
I think we've lined up a good Christmas season.
All done in November, of course.
What do you mean? We're recording this on the...
We're recording this on Christmas fucking Day.
Oh, Christmas Eve. We're getting ready for it. We need to go and murder people soon. We can ruin their Christmas and start a new horror film.
But yes, thank you for watching, and join us for the next review.